I've lived in San Pedro for over 8 years. Let me tell you who this town is really for. When we moved to this part of the coast, my first job was in Puerto Banús. That was accessible from here without breaking the bank. Placing people is my job now, and I know San Pedro street by street. And if you treat this town with respect, it opens up for you. Let me place San Pedro on the map for you. You're right between Puerto Banús and Estepona. Puerto Banús is 10 minutes away without the traffic. Estepona would be 15. And if you're going to the airport, around 40 minutes if you take the toll road, which is very accessible from here. I'm starting here at Plaza de la Iglesia because this is where the town starts, the church. The town's actually from the 1800s. It used to be sugarcane and citrus plantations. There's even a paleontology museum which predates pretty much everything. The town hall sits right next to the church, very Andalusian. And on the left you've got the fountains with kids playing and abuelas eating pipas. Walking down from the church towards the sea, you'll find the main road with all the restaurants and cafeterias and tapas bars. And you also have a 24-hour pharmacy, which is very handy. A little cool spot that you often find me is HustleNflow. Acai bowls, healthy meals, give it a try. Behind me is the Boulevard. It's what splits San Pedro in two. Where we came from, more historic center, more traditional living. And then the beach side, which is bigger palm avenues, larger apartments, better layouts. That's where the investment is going. What a lot of people don't understand is that San Pedro isn't just near Marbella. It is Marbella. It belongs to the same municipality. So anything good that happens in Marbella happens here too. Let's talk about prices in San Pedro. If you want to be more traditional in the older part of town where we came from, 150,000 is not unreasonable for a smaller apartment. If you want to be on the newer side of town, 400,000 is really where it starts. If you want to be in a beachfront villa, 6 million is where they were trading at. Today, some of these newer homes sit at 10. A little note on sea views. San Pedro doesn't really have them. It's pretty flat, it's pretty walkable, cyclable, that's the great part. If you want some sea views, you need to get yourself a penthouse and you're going to have a blue line. Not amazing panoramic views. In terms of new development, for years San Pedro sat pretty still. A lot of plots, but with legal statuses which were kind of sketchy or overpriced. And then it all changed 3 years ago when Taylor Wimpey came with their two projects, Terra and Mare. These are modern homes with amenities which a lot of people are waiting for. And joining them was Grupo Abu and Envoga, which built Salvia, which is another luxury project. And what we need to understand that there are a lot of plots still available in San Pedro. There's even hotel plots on the beachfront. In another part of town, Alcántara del Mar is building townhouses and apartments right next to a very, very expensive music school, which I think will look amazing. Another place you'll often find me is the Junkies Cafe. It's run by Flo and Lourdes, and it's this healthy cheat meal kind of deal with protein shakes and a better cooked chicken than I can master. And I do spend a lot of time here. Continuing down the Paseo, there's a lot of restaurants and cafeterias popping up. One of those places is the Cult, which is becoming a little bit of a hotspot. A lot of these businesses are opened by Russian or Ukrainian families, and they really know their business. They will open something, make it look nice, and bring people in. And this is just one of those. For families, there are a lot of good schools in San Pedro. We've got Laude, we've got Calpe, got San Jose in Guadalmina. We're all walkable here. San Pedro has become a little bit of a fitness town. My wife's business is to manufacture gym equipment, so having a good place to train was always a priority for us. That's become the IO, which is more of a membership experience kind of club. It sits in NAC, which has been voted the best paddle club 3 years in a row in the world, which is kind of something cool. And then also you have Sol, which is more a lounge type eatery cafeteria, which is very nice to remote work. This is one of the few towns you do not need a car to properly live. We're on the Paseo now, which is the place that comes alive during the weekends. You will also get into the habit of just getting up on a Sunday, getting dressed and walking here without really realizing why, like everyone else does. Here you'll find fitness moms, children on tricycles, barbecues, beach volleyball, a lot of activity. On top of that, you're only 3 kilometers away walk to Puerto Banús. It'll take you 30 minutes if you're walking pretty quickly. To the other side, towards Estepona, the Paseo is not finished yet. It runs to just about El Ancla, which is a local gem. It's a fish restaurant that sits right next to, very quietly, a basilica, old Christian basilica, with over 200 tombs that nobody even realizes exists. Let's be straight about the beach. This is not the best one. If you want a better beach day, drive to any other town. Entry is rocky, and they have to bring sand in every year. The town's been fighting for the breakwaters it so desperately needs, but it's a bit of a process. But you're not buying here because of the beach. You're buying here because life is good. San Pedro is very international too. You've got the usual suspects. You've got the Scandinavians, the Belgians, the Dutch, Americans. It has a big Filipino community, but it is more local. It feels more Spanish, and it is more Spanish, which is what I like about it. If you're ever on the Paseo, what I like about it is that there's a lot of variety. You've got places like Amo, which is more youthful, more beach club vibe. You've got Abreviadero, which is more traditional Spanish. And you've got Kalua, which is one of my favorites. Great location, feet in the sand, great fish. So, who is San Pedro really for? If you want to learn some Spanish, live in a truly Spanish town, and be walkable to everything without breaking the bank, San Pedro is for you. It's still walking distance and accessible to all the ultra luxury. But for me, San Pedro stayed San Pedro, and that's truly one of the rarest things to find these days on this coast.